Hello, Bradley Viking here, and I've decided to make a series of short videos about the four main, from my opinion, ways that you can work out in terms of other people. So you can work out by yourself, you can work out one on one with a personal trainer or coach guiding you, you can just work out with a friend, you guys work out together, or you can work out in a class, in a group fitness setting. So the first one I'm going to talk about is actually the fourth one I listed, the group fitness setting. And that can take a wide variety of forms, whether it's just a drop-in spin class or a yoga class. I've never done a spin class. I have done yoga classes though. Or something with a bit more commitment and community effort, like a martial arts class, which, if you've seen my backstory or follow my social media, you know I've been to a couple of those over the years. Regularly. So, basic pros and cons list of group fitness. Pro is that they are usually pretty well structured, so you don't have to go in there and think, "Oh, what am I gonna do?" Like, there's somebody leading the class, and they got a plan, so you're gonna do it. It's usually timely, so it's set at a certain time of day, and it's planned out to take 30 minutes, an hour, or however long it's planned to take. So you can work that into your schedule, make it a regular part of your routine, whether it's a 6 a.m. boot camp or an 8 p.m. kickboxing class. Like, pick the one that works for you. You can do it. It's a good way to make new friends. Plenty of my friends are from Muay Thai. People I have legitimately hung out with outside of the dojo. And it is a great way to, if you're kind of feeling like you need a community, you can foster community spirit. And not just dojo's what I know, but people in yoga apparently talk to each other. I haven't done much, but I'm weird. And I can actually be a bit shy meeting new people if they're not on my turf. People in the spin classes talk, I've heard. It's any one of these groups, once you're in it long enough, a regular face, you can try talking to people, if that is what you want to do. And having the group of people around, you always have people around to encourage you, because you're all in this together, so you want to encourage each other. On the flip side, if you're competitive, you're probably going to find someone to compete with. Hopefully. So there's a whole bunch of pros for you. Plus you have an instructor who can guide you and help you out with learning how to be active or fit in whatever style you choose. And there is so much variety, and instead of just trying to take notes and figure out for yourself, you can have professional instruction. This is usually so many different activities, and so many different fit activities fall into, whether it's swimming or spinning or martial arts. Yes, I will say martial arts 10,000 times. Or sword fighting. I want to try that actually a bit. Or a sport, a team sport, playing hockey or badminton. You got a sprinter badminton. Or soccer club's probably a bit more for general fitness. Or whether it's just a running group that goes out and runs. Those exist. Check out your local running room, literally the store, the running room. They have running groups, or just your community center will probably have some group that runs, or a group that walks. There's walking groups. So, they're pretty good community outreach, meet new people, but it is a safe setting. Should be professional equipment. I mean, definitely verify, take a trial class, find out if it's for you. So that's a thing. And any reputable thing will let you kind of try out a class, meet the instructors, and they should have some sort of accreditations to say they're reputable. Cons are if you're so socially anxious, shy, can't tell a waiter that they got your order wrong. I've had to learn how to tell people excuse me, I don't want to be annoying, but I actually asked for the other thing. Right, but like you're just completely incapable of doing that, or if you go to the store and you're like, help me, but how do I ask for help? It can be very intimidating to just go to a class, especially if you're not like in the same shape as everyone there. Go to a class and then like it seems like everybody else knows what they're doing. You're like, I don't know what you're doing. Again, a good community and a good instructor will do their best to make you feel welcome and to like let you know like, yo, we can go at your pace. You're gonna learn. That's what like everybody who enters those art shop like. It's okay. We're gonna just go through the basics. We're gonna learn, and you find the people in the class to pair them up with who will help teach them. Who won't just like try to beat them up or something, but will actually try to help teach them. And that's actually something when I'm assistant instructor, I gotta get better on like assigning new people to other people rather than just letting people randomly pair up. And sometimes you don't get the best combos. So that's the thing. Also, martial arts, you do need most times to have somebody else to work with because you need to punch each other. Usually while hitting pads. Depending. But yeah, hopefully if you're having trouble like thinking if somebody doesn't approach you saying, hey, I know what I'm doing, let me help you, go to the instructor. They know who's in the class. They'll say, okay, Bob, go work with Joe. Joe's gonna help you. I'm gonna assume your name is Bob, because that's what I do. Um, that's kind of, but we can get around that of us being socially anxious. Yeah, if you're crippling social anxiety, like group fitness might not be for you, or you might want to go to something more like yoga, where you as a group. Oh, costs. By the way, any sort of group fitness thing is gonna be less expensive than any sort of personal trainer or private teaching. And usually, because it's a group of people taking advantage, like I mean, if you just sign up for a gym, it's probably gonna be cheaper than any sort of class. And if you sign, a lot of gyms you sign up for include classes in their memberships, unless you're just going for the really like cheap gyms. So yeah, group fitness is pretty cost effective, especially you get a lot of classes, certain gyms if you sign up with them. So that's not a pro. But yeah, a con, if you can't handle groups of people, that's gonna be rough. But you can do something like yoga or spin where like you don't necessarily need to talk to anybody else, but you got other people there. So we can get around that con. Another con is the fact that like you don't get the variance of if you need more training, like sometimes you can kind of squeeze through if you like no, I need a longer workout. This class is an hour, but I need an hour and a half workout. No, class is an hour. I mean, sometimes martial arts you can kind of like get some buddies together and train off to the side, but that like kind of goes into working out with buddies. Otherwise, yeah, you take the time slot, and also if whatever time the class is held doesn't work for your schedule, you're kind of out of luck. I come to that problem because I work shift work, so I alternate days and night shifts. So when I'm on night shifts, I miss my Muay Thai classes if they fall on the days of my Muay Thai, and I feel very very sad. And I get squirrely and slightly unpleasant to be around. Um, Another con, I think of just one last con here, is uneven fitness levels. Is just any group of people, once you get enough people together, like, yeah, if you have 5 people together, you probably have around similar fitness levels. You get a dozen or more, you get variance in fitness and skill levels, and there's good and bad about that. It's like, so you want to ideally be about in the middle, because in the middle, you still have room to grow, but you're not the person just getting, like, kind of crapped on. If you're at the bottom, it's very discouraging. It's very hard. It does take incredible strength of will to be able to continue from the bottom and rise your way up. Although I take hope, like, hopefully you're never not at the bottom forever. New people join the class, you stay consistent, you're able to rise. But if you're at the top, if you're just, like, in such good shape that you're better shape than the rest of the class, like, yeah, you're gonna have to do something extra. Or you're just gonna be spinning your wheels in the class, like still doing the same work as everybody else, but like if you need a different workout, it's hard to accommodate that. We're making workouts for the lowest common denominator here, what the majority need and strive for, and sometimes that leaves out the minority on either end of the curve. Whether it's like, oh, this is very hard for me. Although again, getting started with spot, it's like, okay, Bob, you're having trouble with this. Let's modify it. You can usually, it's easier to modify it to come down as opposed to modify it to make it harder. There's sometimes where you can, or if you modify it to make it harder, oftentimes you kind of gotta like do it for yourself. Although sometimes the director will be like, okay, here's the thing, here's what most people do. Advanced people do this. Yeah, so there's my pros and cons list on group fitness classes. So see if you take that as your input to see if they're right for you. And I use the word "see" too many times because I used to think the sea was called the sea because there's water for as far as you could see. It's Bradley Viking, and I'll be talking to you again soon.